welcome to day 23 of the Forks Over Knives challenge. So we bought, when we were, I think it was at Whole Foods, they had spaghetti, all different squashes that were a really good price. So I bought a spaghetti squash. And so I was looking in the cookbook to make a spaghetti squash recipe, and the couple that they had in there didn't really float my boat. So I decided to use a different recipe in there to make some spaghetti sauce. So it's actually just called tomato sauce. It's not called spaghetti sauce, but there is the tomato sauce recipe. So I'm going to make it very similar to this. The only difference really and truly is that I know myself and I know the way that I like spaghetti, that I am going to want to, hang on just one second. Sorry about that, we're sharing kitchen space. So the one thing that I know about myself is that I'm going to want my spaghetti sauce to be a little bit sweeter, and so I'm going to put a little bit of sweetener in mine, whereas it does not call for that at all. So basically this is super simple. So I'm going to take a blender cup and put in there a can of, well, this is crushed tomatoes. Since when do we buy crushed tomatoes? It doesn't matter, I'm gonna blend them, it makes no difference. I don't think I've ever bought crushed tomatoes. I don't think that was on purpose. Anyways, no salt added crushed tomatoes. I always buy diced tomatoes. Anyways, some garlic. So those two ingredients are the same. I'm not going to put an onion in here because I'm actually on the stove right now. I'm cooking a package of, it's peppers and onions that just come frozen in the grocery store. And then also I sprinkled in some soy curls in there, just the crumbs though. So if you buy a 12-pound box of these things at a time, you get a lot of crumbs in the bottom. If you buy like a little 8-ounce container at a time, you just get big pieces, which is fine because you could always just squish them and make them into crumbs. But in the bottom of the container, there's this size piece and then literally little tiny crumbs that you can use for like breadcrumbs and stuff. It's okay, thank you though. My husband went and got me a diced tomato. He's so sweet. So anyway, I put those particular size in there because that will make a very nice consistency. So those are actually done cooking already. So that's gonna be like filler in my spaghetti sauce. That's not part of the recipe, but that totally makes sense to me for what I want to make it with. Then the other part of the recipe is some oregano and basil. And then, like I said, it does say you could put salt in there if you want to. I don't need to do that, but I'm going to put a little bit of sweetener in mine because I know myself. Spaghetti sauce is a little bit sweet to me. I just prefer it that way. So I'm probably not gonna put more than like probably maybe 1 or 2 teaspoons. So not really any big deal, but a little bit. So I am really excited about, got my spaghetti squash that's all cooked up in spaghettied. I don't know how, it's all with a fork all tined up, so it's spaghettied. There we go, it's like spaghetti noodles. But I'm gonna go and finish putting together some of my sauce, and I will see you guys in just a little bit. All right guys, so I have a spaghetti squash with spaghetti sauce. This looks amazing. So it's really quite easy to make spaghetti sauce. I didn't realize this in the past. I thought it was more difficult than it is, but let's give it a try and see what we think. I'm sure it's gonna be wonderful. Yep, that's very good. You definitely make some vegan Parmesan cheese if you wanted to, or the way that I do that is, it makes a big batch, but 3/4 cup oats, 3/4 cup cashews, 6 tablespoons of nooch, and depending on how much you like, 1 to 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. And then you just blend that until it becomes a little crumbly powder stuff. That's very good. You could definitely do something like that, or just sprinkle some nooch on top if you want to do. Either way would be delicious. I'm gonna eat it just the way that it is. It's gonna be wonderful. I have more than that, so I'm gonna go pack up some lunches to take with me. I'm gonna take some for twice, so I can eat twice tonight. And that'll be it for me. I will see you guys in the morning for some exercise. Okay, everybody, I am home and food was amazing. Spaghetti squash with spaghetti sauce is so yummy. I had 2 big bowls of it and I'm starving. So apparently that was not filling enough for me. I am definitely going to have to find something to eat. I think I'm just gonna make oatmeal because it's super fast, it's super filling, and it's super healthy. So I'm probably just gonna make some oatmeal. Hi, kitty. Make some oatmeal. Maybe put a couple dates in it, and no bananas. I'm not a big fan of bananas. I don't know. I haven't figured out what else I'll put in there. Something else in there. Anyways, so I do need to exercise this morning. My husband is not up yet, which is crazy because it's one of the days that I get home a little bit later, and usually he's up like an hour and a half ago. So anywho, that's all right. Okay, so that is it for me for today, guys. I would highly recommend that you make that tomato sauce recipe if you're looking for a real easy, real basic tomato sauce recipe. Although, like I said, I put a little bit of maple syrup in there because I just want my spaghetti sauce to be a little bit sweeter. So, anywho, that is it for me for today, guys. I will see you again tomorrow.